Hey guys! Today I'm going to be reading chapter 4 from Dead on Doughnuts, my culinary cozy mystery set in the fictional Austrian ski resort of Val D'Isera, and we are now at chapter 4, which is part 2, which takes place in Paris, France. I'm not very good at all the accents, so we'll see how I go. But I hope that you really enjoy today's reading, and you can catch up with all of the readings if you follow me as well, and check out the playlist. So yeah, here we go. Chapter 4, Dead on Doughnuts. Sophia Sainer, St. Joseph's Culinary School, Paris, France, 29th of August 2018. Sophia slipped her thin arm into the silky sleeve of her graduation robe and pulled the cloak up and over her shoulders. She couldn't believe that this day had finally come after all those hours of slaving away in the coffee shop and taking on work as a cleaner just to make ends meet. Finding the tuition fees alone had been a mammoth task that seemed impossible, but somehow she had pulled it off. She placed the graduation board on her head and looked at herself in the mirror. She was 20 years old, but already her face was wrinkled and she could see large black bags under her eyes. "Don't worry, Sophia," she said to herself, as she opened her eyes as wide as she could to try and wake herself up a bit. "Life is about to change. The hardest part is over." Sophia turned to the side. She was pleased with how well the gown fit her, and she was ready for the next stage of her life to begin. It should have been a difficult day for Sophia, surrounded by her classmates as they were fussed over by doting parents, but somehow she just accepted things, and it made her prouder than ever to know that her success was 100% her own. She did not have parents to fund her or to bail her out, so she could buy the best culinary knives or pastry rollers. She had earned her success through her own blood, sweat and tears. A girl approached her after the ceremony. Sophia recognised her immediately. It was Audrey Van Daan, daughter of billionaire Felix Van Daan and heiress to a fortune. Sophia didn't know her that well, but she knew that she didn't much care for the girl. She was always gloating, and everything seemed to be handed to her on a plate. Rumour had it that Audrey had paid the other students to do her kitchen prep work and assignments, and had barely lifted a finger herself. She knew Sophia's name, of course, but she rarely used it, and only really spoke to Sophia when she wanted something or wanted to big herself up in front of the others. "Oh, hello. Sophia, isn't it? I'm Audrey." "Yes, I know perfectly well who you are. You're the girl who likes to borrow other people's kit and then fails to return it." Sophia was usually polite to Audrey, but she didn't feel the need to tolerate her any longer. "You've a funny sense of humour. I'm sure you could buy some new kit if I didn't return it. Why didn't you simply order a replacement, as any other chef would? Honestly, some people, so fussy and possessive about objects, so materialistic." Audrey was unsympathetic to all the extra shifts that Sophia had put in just to buy the basic equipment she needed for the course, or how those extra shifts had impacted on her study time and amount of sleep she was able to snatch each night. "Look what Father just brought me. Isn't it divine? Real diamonds and everything. Of course it's just costume jewellery. I have other watches for special occasions. This one is for everyday wear." Audrey lifted her wrist to Sophia, the diamonds catching the light as she waved her arm under Sophia's nose. Sophia was sulky. "I suppose so, if you like that sort of thing." Audrey flicked her wrist away, not wanting Sophia to get her filthy hands on it. She clearly didn't appreciate a quality watch when she saw one, but then that was no surprise, given her parentage. Of course, Sophia's parents had died long ago. "Did I tell you I'm off to Saint-Tropez for the rest of the holidays? I am so looking forward to a rest after all the stress of the course. How about you? Do you have any plans?" Sophia felt smug for once. It wasn't often she had news worth celebrating, but things were on the up for her, and she couldn't wait for Audrey to find out about her new job. "Well, I'll be starting as a pastry chef, of course. I've got a position with a Michelin star chef at a highly regarded restaurant in Austria. I start at the end of November before the ski resort guests arrive." Audrey was irritated. She had no great desire to be a pastry chef, but she knew how annoyed her father would be to discover that this low-class girl had got a better job than his own daughter. Audrey didn't like to be second best to anyone, and right now she hadn't applied for any jobs. "A pastry chef? I'm sure you must be mistaken. Surely you don't have enough experience to go straight in at that level." Sophia felt triumphant as she produced a crumpled piece of paper from her trouser pocket. It was a job offer, and it was a golden opportunity to rub Audrey's face in her own glory after years of being bullied and made to feel worthless. "Oh, I'm absolutely certain. You see, Sophia Sainer, head pastry chef for the Sebastian Paris patisserie at the Val D'Isera ski resort in Austria. Doesn't get much better than that now, does it?" "Val D'Isera? You do know that no one who is anyone of importance goes there anymore, right? I'm surprised there's a Michelin star restaurant there at all, to be honest. It won't keep its stars for long if you're their head baker, let's be fair." Audrey sniggered, but she was quite obviously upset by this news. Audrey was keen to leave this conversation, and right now, any conversation would do. She spotted a tutor she didn't like much, but it was the only opportunity she could muster up for a hasty exit. "Oh, Mr. Val, I wanted to ask you about one of your recipes." Audrey walked over to Mr. Val, leaving Sophia feeling like she had won a battle for once. Yes, things were on the up for Sophia Sainer. Just a couple of more months of washing pots in the cafe, and then she would be in Austria, employed in her dream job. And there we go. That is chapter 4 of Doughnuts. You can actually grab the audiobook for free right now, which is narrated by the wonderful artist Kim Breton, which is, you can see the link, and it's free on Audible. So if you love audiobooks, go and grab it. And the book is available in print, regular print, hardback and large print versions, as well as the audiobook and ebook as well. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that. I will be back with some more reading very, very soon. And tomorrow I'm going to be making some bangers and mash, so a very traditional British tea time dinner favourite. So I hope you can join me for that. And I wish you a really, really wonderful rest of your day, and speak to you again soon. Bye!